Imagine this. Right now, you hold the power to turn your biggest challenges into your greatest victories. How, you might wonder? Today, we explore Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has helped people thrive in tough times and find peace in chaos for thousands of years. Think back to a moment when your patience was tested or your confidence was shaken. How did you handle it? Were you caught up in the heat of the moment, reacting without thought? Or did you pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligned with your deeper values? This is where Stoicism becomes a powerful guide. It teaches us to face challenges with courage, wisdom, and balance. Today, we'll focus on a timeless idea: the art of training your mind to respond thoughtfully, not react impulsively. This practice isn't just about keeping your cool or managing your temper. It's about building a strong awareness of the present moment and staying grounded, no matter what life throws your way. It's about making choices that reflect your true self, not just your emotions in the moment. The Stoics, known for their practical wisdom, believe that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we interpret and respond. They taught us to focus only on what's within our control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions, and not to waste energy on external events we can't change. By anchoring ourselves in reason and intentional choices, we can rise above life's chaos. Why does this matter? Think about how often stress, regret, or frustration comes from reacting without thinking, saying something hurtful in anger, or making a decision you later regret. Now, imagine if, instead, you could pause in those moments, take a deep breath, and respond calmly. You'd not only reduce stress, but also grow into a more compassionate, resilient, and thoughtful person. This approach doesn't just improve your inner peace, it strengthens your relationships, boosts your leadership, and helps you face life's challenges with grace. When you respond thoughtfully, you demonstrate respect and understanding, opening the door to better communication and deeper connections. So, how do we train our minds to respond instead of react? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions as they arise. Practice pausing, a simple moment of reflection before you act. Reframe problems by looking at them from a different angle, focusing on what you can control. And reflect daily, learning from your successes and mistakes. The journey from reaction to response is transformative. It's not about perfection, but progress, choosing moment by moment to act with intention and integrity. With practice, you'll find yourself navigating life's ups and downs with clarity and calm, embodying the wisdom of the Stoics. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. By embracing this mindset, you can transform stress into strength and chaos into calm. The choice is yours, and every moment is a chance to make it. In life, we often find ourselves at a crossroads when faced with challenges. Do we react impulsively or respond thoughtfully? The difference between these two approaches may seem subtle, but it can profoundly impact our relationships, decisions, and overall well-being. Drawing wisdom from Stoic philosophy and modern psychology, we can cultivate the ability to respond with intention and clarity, transforming our experiences for the better. Think back to a time when you were in a difficult situation, a heated argument, a sudden setback, or an unexpected challenge. Did you react immediately, driven by frustration or fear? Or did you pause, reflect, and choose a course of action that aligned with your deeper values? The Stoics believed that while we can't control external events, we always have control over how we respond to them. This belief forms the foundation of their teachings and offers a powerful guide for navigating life's ups and downs. Reacting is an instinctive, emotional response. It arises quickly and often, without much thought, driven by the need to protect ourselves or assert control in a moment of uncertainty. While this reaction may feel justified in the moment, it can lead to regret, strained relationships, or missed opportunities for growth. Responding, on the other hand, requires deliberate effort. It involves pausing, assessing the situation, and choosing a thoughtful course of action that reflects our values and long-term goals. The key to mastering this shift lies in creating space between an event and our response. This space, as Viktor Frankl once noted, is where our power and freedom reside. When something triggers us, taking a moment to pause can prevent impulsive reactions and allow us to reflect on our emotions, thoughts, and desired outcomes. In that pause, we gain clarity and control. Mindfulness is an invaluable tool in this process. By cultivating awareness of the present moment, we become more attuned to our emotions and better equipped to observe them without judgment. Simple practices like focusing on your breath or paying close attention to your surroundings can help train your mind to stay present. This presence creates a mental buffer, giving you the opportunity to consider your response rather than being overwhelmed by immediate emotions. The Stoics were masters of perspective, often reminding themselves of the bigger picture. When faced with adversity, they encouraged asking questions like, "What can I learn from this? How does this fit into the grander scheme of things?" By stepping back and viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, we can reduce their emotional intensity and respond more effectively. Responding thoughtfully not only helps us maintain inner peace, but also improves the quality of our relationships. When we approach others with understanding and empathy, even in difficult moments, we foster trust and connection. Thoughtful responses demonstrate respect for others' perspectives and create space for constructive dialogue. Practicing this approach requires consistent effort. Start by setting daily intentions to respond thoughtfully in your interactions. Reflect on your choices at the end of the day, celebrating moments when you succeeded and learning from times when you fell short. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, helping you navigate life with greater composure and resilience. Ultimately, the ability to respond rather than react is about living with intention. It's about embracing the wisdom of Stoicism to focus on what's within our control, letting go of what isn't, and aligning our actions with our highest values. This mindset not only empowers us to face life's challenges with grace, but also inspires those around us to do the same. By choosing to respond thoughtfully, we create a ripple effect that transforms not just ourselves, but the world we inhabit. Training the mind to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively is a journey that demands commitment and deliberate effort. It's a skill that can be cultivated, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics, known for their practical approach to life, provide valuable strategies that remain highly relevant today. Cultivating self-awareness. The first step in training the mind is developing self-awareness. The Stoics emphasize knowing oneself, including understanding one's thoughts, emotions, and motivations. This awareness is the foundation for managing emotional responses effectively. When you notice your emotions rising, be it frustration, anger, or fear, you can pause and reflect on what's triggering them. Instead of letting these emotions control you, self-awareness gives you the power to observe them without judgment. Recognizing the patterns of your reactions creates space for change. For instance, imagine you're in a heated discussion and anger starts to bubble up. Self-awareness allows you to catch that moment, pause, and decide how to respond calmly rather than letting the anger dictate your words. The power of pausing. One of the simplest yet most profound tools for cultivating a responsive mind is learning to pause. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reflected on the importance of the space between stimulus and response. In this brief pause lies your ability to choose your actions intentionally. Pausing doesn't require much. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath or counting to 5. This brief moment allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotions, giving you the chance to evaluate the situation more clearly. Instead of rushing to react, you can ask yourself, what would my best self do right now? What response aligns with my values? This practice, repeated over time, strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully in any situation. Reframing your perspective. The Stoics often used a technique called reframing to shift how they perceived challenges. They believed that by altering the way we see a situation, we could change how we experience it. Reframing involves consciously choosing a perspective that reduces emotional intensity and highlights the opportunity for growth or learning. For example, if you're facing criticism at work, your initial reaction might be defensiveness or frustration. By reframing, you can see the criticism as constructive feedback, a chance to improve and grow. This shift in perspective changes the way you feel about the situation and how you choose to respond. Focusing on what you can control. A central tenet of Stoicism is distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics believe that we should focus our energy on our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, areas where we have true influence. External events, on the other hand, are often beyond our control, and worrying about them only drains our energy. By practicing this principle, you can respond to challenges with clarity and purpose. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, getting angry won't make the cars move faster. Instead, you can focus on how you react, perhaps using the time to listen to a podcast or reflect on your day. This mindset helps you conserve energy and maintain peace of mind, even in frustrating situations. Daily reflection and adjustment. The Stoics were strong advocates of self-reflection. They would end each day by reviewing their actions, considering what they did well, and where they could improve. This habit of reflection is a powerful way to train the mind and reinforce positive changes. You can adopt a similar practice by taking a few moments each evening to think about your responses throughout the day. Celebrate the moments when you paused and acted thoughtfully. At the same time, identify situations where you reacted impulsively and consider how you might handle them differently next time. Over time, this process of self-examination strengthens your ability to respond with intention and wisdom. Building a responsive mindset. Training the mind to respond rather than react isn't about suppressing emotions or avoiding conflict. It's about mastering your inner world so you can engage with life in a way that reflects your highest values. This process takes time and effort, but the rewards are profound. By practicing self-awareness, pausing, reframing, focusing on what you can control, and engaging in regular reflection, you cultivate a calm and thoughtful approach to life. You become better equipped to navigate challenges, strengthen relationships, and live with greater purpose and resilience. The Stoics remind us that the power to choose our response is always within our reach. Through persistent practice, we can train our minds to reflect our deepest values, turning life's challenges into opportunities for growth and wisdom. Mindfulness as a path to awareness. Mindfulness is about being deeply present in the moment, fully aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, but without judgment. This practice resonates strongly with the Stoic pursuit of living intentionally and with clarity. For the Stoics and for us, mindfulness is the key to grounding ourselves in the present, the only moment where action is possible. Focused attention. Through breath. One of the simplest ways to develop mindfulness is through breath meditation. By paying attention to each inhale and exhale, we train our minds to focus. When distractions arise, as they inevitably will, the practice lies in gently guiding our attention back to the breath. This exercise isn't merely about relaxation. It strengthens mental discipline and our ability to stay present amidst life's uncertainties. Imagine you're facing a stressful situation. Practicing mindful breathing can help you pause, center yourself, and respond with clarity rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, this habit becomes a mental foundation, offering calm and focus whenever you need it. Turning everyday tasks into mindful moments. Mindfulness doesn't require special rituals. It can be woven into our daily lives. Ordinary activities like eating, walking, or even washing dishes can become opportunities for mindfulness. By fully engaging with the task at hand, noticing every detail, the texture of food, the rhythm of your steps, or the feel of water on your hands, you cultivate presence. This practice enriches mundane experiences and helps you build the habit of staying focused, even when life pulls at your attention. It echoes the Stoic idea of finding meaning and intention in every moment, no matter how small or routine. Body scan meditation for awareness. Another powerful mindfulness tool is the body scan meditation. This practice involves mentally scanning your body, starting at the top of your head and moving down to your toes, noticing sensations without trying to change them. It helps you connect with your physical self and recognize areas of tension or discomfort. For the Stoics, the body was a natural part of life, neither to be ignored nor allowed to dominate the rational mind. Body scan meditation aligns with this view, teaching us to understand our physical experiences without letting them control us. Mindful interactions. Mindfulness can also transform how we relate to others. By being fully present in conversations, listening actively, observing without judgment, and responding thoughtfully, we deepen our connections. This practice fosters empathy and acknowledges that, like us, others are navigating their own struggles and emotions. The Stoics valued empathy and saw shared humanity as a cornerstone of a virtuous life. Mindful communication allows us to embody this principle, improving not only our relationships, but also our ability to act with kindness and understanding. Walking the Stoic path. By incorporating mindfulness into our lives, we embrace an approach championed by the Stoics, a life of clarity, intentionality, and composure. Each mindful breath, action, and interaction brings us closer to living with the wisdom and serenity they aspired to. Mindfulness isn't just a tool for managing stress, it's a way of being. It equips us to face life's challenges with grace, fostering a presence that is calm, wise, and deeply aligned with our core values. As we practice mindfulness, we honor the Stoic ideal of living fully in the present moment, cultivating the inner strength to respond thoughtfully and purposefully to whatever comes our way. The art of responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively is not just a skill, but a way of life, a practice steeped in mindfulness and Stoic philosophy. It's about cultivating habits that allow us to engage with life's challenges rationally and intentionally, turning moments of tension into opportunities for growth. Let us explore how to integrate this transformative approach into our daily lives. The transition from reaction to response. The shift from reaction to response begins with recognizing that our initial impulses, while natural, are not always aligned with our values or long-term goals. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our interpretation and reaction to them. This principle forms the foundation for a deliberate and thoughtful way of living. When faced with a disagreement, a criticism, or an unexpected setback, the instinctive reaction might be emotional, anger, frustration, or defensiveness. Yet, this is precisely the moment to pause and reflect. Instead of letting emotions dictate our actions, we can turn to reason and ask ourselves, what response aligns with my values? What outcome do I truly desire from this situation? This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. On the contrary, it means acknowledging them, understanding their source, and channeling them constructively. For instance, if frustration arises during a conflict, it can signal an unmet need or value, prompting us to address the root cause rather than reacting to surface irritants. Practical steps toward response. 1. Practical way to implement this approach is by incorporating a moment of pause into your decision-making process. Imagine receiving a provocative email at work. Instead of firing off an immediate reply, take a deep breath, step away for a moment, and allow yourself the space to think. This simple pause can prevent reactive behavior and create room for a measured, thoughtful response. Another strategy is reframing challenging situations. For example, rather than viewing an obstacle as a failure or an inconvenience, see it as an opportunity to learn or grow. This shift in perspective aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our control and finding meaning in adversity. Journaling is also a powerful tool for reflection and growth. By taking a few minutes each day to evaluate your responses, celebrate your successes, and identify areas for improvement, you reinforce the habit of thoughtful engagement. Over time, this practice builds self-awareness and helps you track your progress on the journey from reaction to response. Building daily habits. Integrating these practices into daily life requires commitment and consistency. Start your mornings with a brief reflection on your intentions for the day. Remind yourself of your commitment to respond thoughtfully no matter what challenges arise. Throughout the day, pay attention to your emotional triggers and use them as opportunities to practice mindfulness and self-regulation. In moments of conflict, resist the urge to escalate. Instead, listen actively, seek to understand the other person's perspective, and respond with empathy and clarity. This not only fosters better communication, but also strengthens relationships and builds trust. The broader impact of thoughtful responses. The benefits of cultivating a responsive mindset extend beyond personal well-being. When we respond thoughtfully, we contribute positively to the lives of those around us. Imagine being a leader who remains calm under pressure, inspiring confidence in your team, or a friend who listens with genuine attention, offering support and understanding instead of judgment. These are the qualities that create meaningful connections and influence others in profound ways. In this way, the practice of response over reaction becomes a ripple effect. By choosing thoughtful action, we model behavior that others can emulate, spreading a culture of mindfulness, empathy, and intentionality. The role of Stoic virtues. The Stoics emphasize four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, as guiding principles for living a virtuous life. These virtues provide a framework for responding thoughtfully to life's challenges. Wisdom encourages us to seek understanding and act with discernment. Courage empowers us to face difficulties head-on, even when it's uncomfortable. Justice reminds us to act with fairness and consideration for others. Temperance teaches us self-control, helping us regulate our impulses and maintain balance. By embodying these virtues, we align our responses with our highest ideals, creating a life of integrity and purpose. The continuous journey. The path from reaction to response is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. Each day presents new opportunities to practice, learn, and grow. Like the Stoics, we must embrace the discipline of self-reflection, assessing our progress and making adjustments as needed. This process requires patience and perseverance, but the rewards are immense. A life of greater clarity, resilience, and fulfillment. Even when we falter, as we inevitably will, we can view these moments as part of the learning process. Every misstep is an opportunity to recommit to our practice and refine our approach. In this way, we embody the Stoic principle of progress over perfection, striving always to be better than we were yesterday. A life of deliberate intention. Ultimately, the practice of responding over reacting is about living with deliberate intention. It's about choosing actions that reflect our deepest values and aspirations, rather than being carried away by fleeting emotions or external pressures. It's about embracing the wisdom of Stoicism and applying it to the complexities of modern life, creating a legacy of thoughtfulness, compassion, and reason. As you continue on this journey, remember that every moment is an opportunity, a chance to pause, reflect, and choose wisely. By committing to the practice of response over reaction, You not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. Together, we can create a world guided by reason, empathy, and virtue.